If you've ever looked into getting into payment processing, you've probably seen a lot of people saying it's impossible to make money, it's too saturated, I tried it, I failed, blah, 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 blah. So seeing that I've had success in this industry and that I make 20 grand a month passively, in this video, I wanna break down exactly why it is that some people in this industry completely and utterly fail, whereas others like me are able to be very successful. Spoiler alert, the reason is not what you think it is. So first of all, I just wanna start talking about the Dunning-Kruger Effect. So basically what this is a way of understanding how we come to learn new things. It's a graph, and on the y-axis you have confidence, and on the x-axis you have knowledge. Now, what this proposes is that those who know literally nothing about a topic have very little confidence in it. But as they begin to gain some knowledge, their confidence level rises dramatically. However, as they learn more and more, their confidence level begins to drop very dramatically as they begin to understand that they really don't know everything, and they start to know the things that they don't know. However, with more and more time, their confidence level begins to increase significantly before flattening out. So why do I bring this up in a video about entrepreneurship? The reason is because every time a first-time entrepreneur starts a business, this is their learning curve. Think of drop shipping, for instance. You see a couple videos online of some 16-year-olds making a ton of money. You do some digging on YouTube and you understand the business model, and that puts you here very quickly, which is known as the peak of Mount Stupid. Thinking that you know how this business model works, you dive into it head first. You build the landing page, you figure out your Facebook ads, and very quickly as you're doing that, you go down to this low point here, which is the valley of despair. At this point, you've realized, wow, I really don't know everything about this business model. This is a lot harder and much more nuanced than I ever would have imagined. And this is where 99% of people quit. And that is what makes entrepreneurship so special. That's why getting to this point here is very impressive. It takes a lot of sticking it out and a lot of learning. So if you are the 1% of people, and you do stick it out, eventually you do get there. And at that point, you've mastered a skill and you know what the hell you're doing, and your confidence actually has justification for it because your knowledge is all the way over here. Now that's great and all, but again, why am I bringing this up? And the reason is because payment processing is no different. Just like any business model there's a lot of stuff that you have to learn. In payment processing, that would be POS systems, pricing models, statement analysis, and lastly, the most important one, which is sales, which if you are good at this, then all of this will be a breeze because you're good at talking to people. You can get by just by being good at talking to people. However, sales in and of itself is a skill that needs to be developed alongside learning a lot of things here. And so having to learn this new set of knowledge is exactly what puts the new beginner people right into that valley of despair. That's why most people give up. If you were to look at this on Reddit, you'll see, oh, it's too saturated, I can't do this, blah, 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 blah. This is exactly why. It's obviously not too saturated, because if it were too saturated for anybody to be successful, I wouldn't be here talking to you and getting paid while I do it, because I have so many businesses I work with that I get a percentage of every time a card is swiped there. So clearly that's not the issue. Really, it comes down to a skill thing, a lack of patience, and a lack of discipline. Now, rather than just covering the reasons why some people fail, I want to go into how you can be successful in this industry if you do it the right way. The people that get into this industry and fail, the commonalities between them is they don't have a plan. They're doing it completely alone. They've zero education, haven't done their homework at all, and just hope to get out there and figure it out, which that just doesn't work. And more importantly, they have no structure for getting that education, and they have no feedback loops for improving their knowledge consistently. So if you wanted to avoid this entire valley of despair right here, the way of doing that is just finding a way to basically shrink this whole graph and make it a significantly quicker and easier process. So if I were getting into payment processing today as a complete beginner and wanted to avoid all of the pitfalls that new agents make, here are a couple things I would focus on. One, get a community of people that are doing it as well, whether that be the company you're selling as an ISA through, which is an independent sales agent, or communities online. Two, I would plan. Don't just start blindly going out there and talking to people about it. Actually get some industry knowledge first. And that feeds into my second thing, which is structured education. Before you go and talk to anybody about payment processing and trying to sell them, you need to actually know what you're talking about. So spend the time early on learning everything everything that you need to know, and then go sell it and be successful. Lastly, make sure that you are always learning. It is never done here. You have to make sure that you have a constant feedback loop where you can continue growing and learning new things, because you are truly never done. So with all the reasons in mind that most people tend to fail in this industry and the ways of combating that, that's actually why we came up with the program that we did. With us, you get access to a full community. We have about 70 people in there right now, all selling payment processing. Second, we do give you a plan. We give you a full step-by-step roadmap that takes you from knowing nothing about payment processing to knowing the full ins and outs and how to go sell it. It's not just a broad overview of the industry, it's truly my process start to finish, and here's how I built my portfolio of 20K a month in just 9 months. And lastly, we have live feedback sessions, not only with myself, but other mentors in our program. We have mentors in our program that have over 1,200 accounts. That's 6 figures of monthly residual income. I also have a 24-year-old mentor with a portfolio of 600 merchant accounts. That's like just under 6 figures a month. And we take all of that knowledge and we put it directly into our live sessions. We do 6 a week. So that's 6 straight hours a week that we are just talking nothing but payment processing and how to improve our business. So at the end of the day, if you want to get started in payment processing and avoid this long trajectory down where 99% of people are gonna fail, what you need to do is surround yourself with people who are doing it, find some structure, find some education, and find that feedback loop that is gonna keep you propelling forward and not allowing you to fail. If you're interested in our program, check out the link below. There's another video on it, and if you want to, you can hop on a call with one of my advisors. They'll walk you through it, see if it would be a good fit for you. Anyways, drop whatever you wanna see in the comments for the next video, and I'll see you next time.